Hello there, and welcome to my 100% playthrough of the 2021 Quake Remaster on Nightmare. This is E1M1, the Slipgate Complex. Well, hello there everybody. And yes, welcome, one and all, to the official 2021 remaster of Quake. Celebrating its 25-year anniversary. Just so happen to be starting with 25 shotgun shells as well. But yes, I decided to go ahead and do Quake next. So long story short, I initially... Well, no. Before Quake, I wanted to do a different game from around this same time period. Matter of fact, I think it actually was released the year after this game was, back in the day. And before that, I actually had an idea for a different game. But I kind of abandoned that game because at least for now, because the game is in early access, it's not fully released yet, and I don't really like the idea of doing, part of a playthrough, and then having to abandon it because the rest of the game isn't finished yet, and then coming back to it later. It's just a little bit too disjointed for my liking. So, I decided on a different game, and then, well, the news of this remaster just dropped out of nowhere. At QuakeCon 2021, so... Yeah, I got the update for free because I already own Quake on Steam, and I have played through all of the game, including the new expansions, and I was like, you know what? What better time than the present to go ahead and do this game next? So, this is Quake, and we will be doing... Go ahead and show you... Well, I can't show it from here without ending the current session. We'll be doing the entire game, so the base game first... then all the expansions, and I think I will go actually in chronological order according to the Quake timeline for the expansions. So that is actually going to be the second newest one, which is Dimension of the Past, and I can only assume Dimension of the Machine, which is the new episode that came with this remaster, chronologically comes after Dimension of the Past. And then after Dimension of the Machine comes the original two mission packs, which is Scourge of Armagon and Dissolution of Eternity. So that may be the order I go. I'll look up the order more. I don't think it has been answered yet officially where chronologically Dimension of the Machine lies in the Quake timeline. Pretty sure I could just tweet Machine Games or something and they could answer that for me. But that's the future. Let's go ahead and get into the now. So... we're in the introductory map of Quake. We have our difficulty selections here. We're going to play on hard because why not? Just got to not die here. Jump on across. And here we are at the episode selection room. So you're supposed to go in order from left to right. So episode 1, which is called Dimension of the Doomed. The mystical past comes alive. Episode 2, The Realm of Black Magic. Ancient castles and strange beasts ahead. Episode 3, The Netherworld, Primal Fear in a Strange Dimension. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, Episode 4, The Elder World, Your Worst Nightmares Come True. Well, there is a bit of a secret this episode entry holds. And that is the secret hardest difficulty, which is Nightmare. So to access the difficulty, you just have to, what I like to do is touch the back left corner of that little floating pool up there, and then hold forward on the keyboard, or backward, depending on what direction you're facing. That way, Ranger, which is the name of the guy you play as, can kind of shift himself in midair and land on here, because, yep, the teleporter is right up here. Look at that. It's a lava teleporter. That's how you know it means business. But I've talked enough already. Let's go ahead and get this thing going. Here we go to the Slipgate Complex. And here we are at the Slipgate Complex. 42 enemies and 6 secrets. Let's go ahead and get her going. So go down here, turn to the right. We're going to see our very first enemy. These enemies are called grunts. Basic human enemies with shotguns. No real bother. Up here we have secret number 1. Can either axe open the door or shoot it open. I like to conserve ammo wherever I can, so I'll just axe it open usually. Jump across here for another grunt. And that armor right there, we're going to grab that a bit later. So there's actually 3 different types of armor in this game. There's green, which is that one, which gives you 100 armor points. Yellow armor, which gives you 150. And red armor, which gives you 200. But like I said, we're going to save that for a little bit later. For now, we'll head down the elevator to this big section here, full of grunts. And you probably saw a poor little possessed doggy get killed. These are simply called Rottweilers. Now, Ranger, he's not an animal hater. He's just killing these guys because he has no choice. They're trying to kill him. Plus, they've been possessed by Quake's, you know, evil influence. So again, doesn't really have a choice. But before we go through that door here, we're going to take a little dip. Go through this underwater, or this waterlogged, rather. Well, now it's underwater. Passage. Over to secret number 2. A 100 health. Now, when you collect those types of health items in this game, your health will gradually start to drop. I think it's a point a second. And Nightmare difficulty in this specific remaster is done a bit differently than it was in the vanilla game. So, in the vanilla game, Nightmare difficulty, all it did was it made the enemies faster and more aggressive. They moved around more quickly, and they pretty much just shot at you non-stop as long as you were in their line of sight. Well, in this remaster, they took a bit of a different route. So the enemies are no longer hyper-aggressive, because a lot of players felt like that was too easily exploitable, especially with future enemies where they would just stand there and keep firing at you. And some enemies don't know how to aim down or up, so you can just stand there and do nothing but shoot them. So they're no longer hyper-aggressive. I do still think they deal more damage than they do on hard, but the biggest difference is something that you'll probably see throughout the course of this level. Or sorry, this map. So I'll see if you can tell what happens as we go along. So there's that green armor we passed. That's why I wanted to save it. Go ahead and get that 100 health first. Oh, a grunt fell on top of me. Nice. Go through here. We're going to blow up the... I guess those are barrels. The explosives. Take out some more Rottweilers, more grunts. Also, another thing I want to mention, the grunt is one of the only enemies in the game. Matter of fact, I think the only other enemy in the game that has these kind of attacks is the strongest enemy in the game. Strongest non-boss, that is. But he is one of only 2 enemies that actually has a hit scan attack. Everything else is projectile based, which is so nice. So yeah, we're just going to go up here. Those guys are going to shoot at us a bit. Oh, I lost a bag of shells, that's fine. Hit the switch to form the bridge, but before we continue, there's a shootable button right back there. That opens this hatch right here for the double-barreled shotgun. Oh, yes. As Ash from Evil Dead would say, this is my boom stick. And then here we have an automatic boomstick. The Nailgun. And yes, you did just see the 9-inch nails logo on the boxes of nails. That is a theme throughout this game. That was unfortunately removed from Quake 64. I guess Nintendo didn't really want to try to get Trent Reznor's permission to use his soundtrack or his band's likeness on their props in the game, so they didn't. So, notice anything weird about my health? How it dropped all the way down to 50 instead of 100? Yeah, that's the other main difference in this port from hard to nightmare. Your health is capped at 50. The only exception is when you start a new episode for the first time, and your health will stay at 100 even after passing through the nightmare teleporter, or the nightmare difficulty teleporter. But other than that, all you get is 50 health. So yeah, this nightmare difficulty is not for the faint of heart. I'll just put it that way. But again, enough talking. Let's get to killing and secret hunting, shall we? Secret number 4. Get a quad damage for that 400% damage boost. There's a grunt up there, which is secret number 5, by the way. More grunts and Rottweilers down here. Through the tunnel. And up here. And just like that, all 42 enemies are destroyed. By the way, there's that 100 health. And yeah, for some reason... Wait for the quad damage to wear off. For some reason, and I do not know if this is intentional or not, the 100 health boxes respawn. And usually items don't respawn unless you're in multiplayer, so I don't know. It's weird. But speaking of 100 health, there's yet another one. So this here is secret number 5. That was close. I almost had my jump blocked by that column right there. So jump on top of that light, then that switch. Jump over to this step here. It is a bit of a tricky jump, but it's not too bad. We're going to grab that 100 health. Grab the biosuit to safely swim in this here acid, which is what this is, by the way. It is not water. Do not dive in here without a biosuit. You will get hurt. And why are we swimming down here? Simple. For secret number 6. And a yellow armor. Oh yeah. And unlike your health, your armor is not capped, so you can get up to 200 armor just fine on this difficulty. The game isn't gonna quite punish you that much. By the way, I figured I might as well go ahead and show this as well. There is an alternate way to get that quad damage. So if you step right here, I think it's actually anywhere along this wall, and then shoot that TV screen, or that monitor, yeah. You get lifted up to here, break open this other computer monitor wall, and this is where the quad damage is, so you go this way if you wanted. Might be better to go this way, because then you could attack the grunts on both sides of you. So, yeah. Probably would have been a better way, but oh well. It's the opening level. There's nothing too hard. But, to exit the level, all we have to do is jump right through here. Or walk, or run. The game's not going to judge you. But yes, this is the introductory map, the Slipgate Complex. Nice little tutorial level. You get introduced to, I believe it's only 2 enemies, the grunts and the Rottweilers. But we do go ahead and get to grab 2 new weapons, the double-barreled shotgun, which is inside of a secret, and the Nailgun. And this is also, this is a running theme in Quake, at least the original game. The first map of each episode is going to be this theme, this tech-based theme. Every single level, or map, sorry, after that is going to be in the other dimension, what's simply known as Quake's dimension. So between this map and the next map, you'll see just how different it looks. But that will be for another time. Hope you guys enjoyed our little jaunt through the Slipgate Complex, and I hope you guys are looking forward to seeing the rest of this. I know I'm looking forward to recording it. I've been excited to do so ever since the announcement last week. I believe it was actually a week ago today. It is still Thursday, August 26th that I'm recording this. I believe QuakeCon started, maybe it was Friday. Either way, it came last week. So this remaster is only about a week old, and I cannot wait to record the rest of it. But make no mistake, Quake does not hold your hand for very long. It gets tough, and it gets tough pretty quickly. Especially when you have only 50 health to work with, so, yeah. But anyways, again, hope you enjoyed it. I will see you guys in E1M1 when that time comes. So until next time, bye-bye.